The coffee scene in New York is changing rapidly. 5 years ago, it was cutting edge to offer coffee brewed by the cup. The more coffee shops that are doing this by the cup presentation, the more educated the consumer base will get, and probably the more demand there'll be for these coffees. Coffee roasting is a very expensive thing to get into, and so Pulley Collective allows you the opportunity to have access to the equipment for people to get started coffee roasting. I worked at Intelligentsia Coffee, and I really appreciated and understood what coffee meant at the retail level and the direction that coffee was moving for the consumer of looking at coffee as a culinary product instead of something that we just drink in the morning to get through the day.
This is where we roast all of our coffee. About a year ago, we started roasting 10% of our coffee for all of our stores. Joe started about 10 years ago with one shop on Waverly Place, and now we're about to open our 10th store 10 years later. This week, we are making the transition into roasting 100% of our coffee. The process takes 15 minutes, basically. 11 or so minutes in the roasting machine to turn it from green coffee, which is a seed, into a roasted coffee bean. Once it's cooled down, we bring it over to the production area where it gets bagged up and then thrown in the van. It'll be in the stores tomorrow. It's been very interesting to see the evolution in New York. We've been the capital of the best food in the world and the best fashion and many, many things, but coffee's kind of one of those things that just fell by the wayside. But we're really seeing the higher quality coffee and brewing mechanisms make their way into better restaurants and more coffee shops.
We have a pop-up espresso bar in the back of the barbershop. I wanted to present specialty coffee in a place that was different and unique, and I wanted a platform to sort of disseminate my message about the coffee I'm roasting.
There you go.
I just feel like there's a lot of experimentation that could be done in terms of how flavor is perceived in coffee and how coffee can be treated a lot more like a special wine or something like that. We are one of a few roasters that use Pulley Collective and are part of Pulley Collective.
Coffee is a social drink, brings people together, so everybody should have access to that special cup of coffee, and it should be approachable to anybody.